Hello, I'm Jesse Olinsky, 41 years old. I grew up in Hamtramck, Michigan, where I started off in Detroit area as a kid. That's where I lived with my parents until they got divorced when I was 4 years old, and haven't seen my father too much since I was seven, a little bit here and there, and then he's out in Arizona the rest of the time, and he checked out at 50 years old, and just grew up with my mother on the streets, things like that. Lived in Redford, Westland, um, Wayne, Michigan, Warren, just different areas. You know, living with band members, friends, things like that. And as far as work, I've worked at like 7-Eleven, different restaurants. I was a truck driver for Worldwide TV and Appliance in Farmington Hills, and did that for a few years till they went out of business. You know, greed got the best of them, so I had to, even though they were around for a while, well before Best Buy, they went out of business. And aside from that, I have one brother, but he's kind of a conventional type person, so I don't hang out with him too much because I'm a musician and I kind of only really hang out with musicians and relate to them, and kind of dedicated my time to doing that. So he's not interested in music, so pretty much he does his own thing, I do my own thing. And my grandfather was a hardcore mobster, so when my mother got divorced with my father, he didn't help her out because he was mad at her for hooking up with someone that was an alcoholic. And even though my dad had a job at the time, back in the 70s, he was too much into criminality, crimes, things like that, and lost his job, ended up in jail, and kind of abusive toward my mother. He got in a lot of fights, and growing up in Detroit area, I got in a lot of fights and went to Detroit schools, and things didn't go too well there for me, so skipped some grades here and there, and till I moved to Redford. I went back to high school for a little bit, ended up in jail, and was in jail for a while. And part of my sentence when you get out of jail was I had to get a GED. So I ended up getting a GED, and it went pretty easy because I had a good teacher, so that worked out well. And from there, I was living in Redford a few years ago for quite a while with ex-serious girlfriend, and just went into debt, trying to take care of all the bills, and she had two autistic sons with another guy, and I didn't like that, so in the process of trying to help her out and be committed, I ended up going $3,000 into debt, just paying bills and the job that I've been doing for the last 15 years, which is working at a machine shop. Doesn't pay very well, and I'm not like a certified welder, and I haven't gotten any training formally in machining, but I'm good enough for the type of work that I'm doing, which is the CNC press brake, CNC lathe, and I do MIG welding mainly, which is trigger operated and foot control, and that's how you can spot weld. And you can do arc welding and gas welding. Arc welding is good for fusing different parts together, and the gas welding, you can use a torch, you can cut metal, heating things up, and it's not a very fun job, and like I said, it doesn't pay well. And the owner he's super politically minded, and he's like a complete right-winger, like religious freak. So me and him don't talk too much, but I show up and do my work, and with going to college, my schedule is reduced, so I'm probably 1 foot out the door there, and I've looked for other jobs doing that, but just without any kind of college and no really formal training, the experience doesn't seem to matter, and also I don't like morning shift, so I decided I need to try something different with college, and became interested in video game programming. But right now they don't have me doing anything close to that. So it's a bit frustrating because I have to do a lot of classes I have no interest in, and 3D graphic design this just has nothing to do with any kind of artificial intelligence program or any kind of software development. So I'm gonna have to stick with it and see what I can do, try to get an associate's degree, and move on from there and see how things go. And something you might not know about me is I'm in a band called Downfall. It's a local band, and just getting started with them. So after a while I'll be playing concerts with them around the local area, and I'm playing bass guitar with them. Even though I'm a guitarist, I also play drums, keyboards, things like that. So I guess I'll get back to you and how things go down the line. And that's my introductory speech, and thanks for checking it out.